Good evening. Today we are going to discuss about what is educational psychology. Before entering into the topic, we must know what is psychology and its branches. Then only we know the educational psychology as an easier thing. First, what is psychology? And what are the branches of psychology? And what is educational psychology? Then the definitions and natures of educational psychology. First, what is psychology? The word psychology is derived from two Greek words psyche and logos. Psyche, which means soul, and logos, which means science. In earlier period, psychology is defined as science of soul, but it is something metaphysical. It cannot be seen or observed by the experimenter. So, then it was defined as science of mind, but it was also quite ambiguous, so it also denied to accept as a science of mind. And later, in 1905, William McDougall defined psychology as a science of behavior, and it was followed by W.P. Pillsbury and J.P. Watson. Science of behavior. Behavior is an overt activity which can be observed scientifically. Before we experiment about the behavior, we must also know the experiences of the subject. Then, what are the branches of psychology? There are many branches in psychology. For example, occupational psychology, industrial psychology, criminal psychology, forensic psychology, clinical psychology, adult psychology, legal psychology, child psychology, social psychology, abnormal psychology. And among them is educational psychology. And so many also. First, let entering into the topic, what is educational psychology? Educational psychology is that branch of psychology in which the findings of psychology are applied in the field of education. It is the scientific study of human behavior in educational setting. First of all, it is an attempt to apply the knowledge in the field of education, and it mainly deals with the problems, process and products of education. First, in psychology, we study about human behavior, but in particularly in educational psychology, we study about the behavior of the learner and his environment, and then move on to its definitions. Some of the definitions of educational psychology are given by Charles E. Skinner in 1958. He says educational psychology is the branch of psychology which deals with teaching and learning. He defines educational psychology improves both the teaching and learning. And the definition of EAP, he defines educational psychology is the science of education. And then Pro and Pro. In 1973, Pro and Pro puts it as educational psychology describes and explains the learning experience of an individual from birth through old age. Next, move on to the nature of educational psychology. First, educational psychology is a science. Yes, educational psychology is a science. It aims at understanding, predicting, and controlling and maintaining the human behavior as a need of environment, educational environment. It, like any other science, educational psychology has also developed through age by age. And the second one is educational psychology is a natural science. Yes, educational psychology is a natural science. Like physicists or biologists, educational psychologists conducts investigation and gathers data and reaches the conclusion at last. In the same manner, should make educational psychology as a natural science. And the third one is educational psychology is a social science. Educational psychology studies about human behavior and their sociability among the peoples. And fourth one is educational psychology is a positive science. In educational psychology, it deals with facts as they are or as they operate. And the fifth point is educational psychology is an applied science. Yes, it is an applied science. It is the application of psychological principles in the field of education. And the sixth one is educational psychology is a developing or growing science. Yeah, educational psychology developing day by day with new and new researchers as research finding some new solutions or methods to solve a problem. The educational psychologists get better insight into the view of improving child's nature and behavior. Thank you.